Hello and welcome to the comment section. Sitting here driving in my mobile studio, which is my truck, headed to work. So if you hear some car horns going off or you hear some loud noises, that's pretty much what it is. I'm in some pretty bad traffic, so it looks like I'm going to have plenty of time to go ahead and drop this video. What I want to discuss on my way to work is second childhood. And what I mean by that, it's pretty much based on a song that I heard years ago, maybe a little over 10 years ago, maybe longer, by Nas, Stillmatic album called The Second Childhood. And it's just funny when you were a kid or even just younger, you listen to certain rap songs, and I guess you didn't realize how talented the rapper was because they were dropping some serious knowledge. And you were just kind of repeating it and didn't really realize what they were saying. I just happened to hear that song again this morning, and I understood what it meant. It's talking about a lot of people who are middle aged or a little bit younger in the song, who are trying to live a second childhood, who are still trying to be in the streets, still trying to go to the club every day, still dressing a certain way, still acting a certain way. And wow, the funny part about that is that that is still so true today. And I'll say particularly with black men, and I'm just gonna step out on this one with the brothers. And it's definitely not all black men, because I'd like to think that I'm a little bit more towards being a fully grown man, but I still have some childish shit that I have to get out of my being, out of myself. I still got some childish shit that I still do that I need to get rid of. But I'm really talking about it on the more extreme levels. Brothers needing to grow up. And I'm talking to myself too. Like I said, I still have some stuff that I got to purge out of myself. But it's on the more extreme level where brothers are gonna have to grow up and become men. Particularly the climate that we're in right now. It's we can't afford any more boys. Not full grown boys. We have to step up and be the men that the Most High wants us to be, because we are under attack from so many different areas. If you guys are familiar with Neely Fuller, he talks about 9 areas of activity, and in those 9 areas of activity, systematic white supremacy attacks black people on all 9 of those. Now, I don't have them all right in front of me, and I'll do another show on that a little bit later. But systematic white supremacy attacks black folks on all of those areas of activity, and so at this point, we can't afford not to understand that. We can't afford not to be grown men, because we're needed. If we look at our children, I hate to say it, man, our kids are some of our kids, I don't want to say all of them, but some of our kids are turning into animals, man. And whether or not we're gonna blame who for this or that, it doesn't matter. At some point, we have to open our eyes and become conscious of what's going on, and refuse to play a certain game. There's a certain game that we get put into, and for some of us, we can't help it. For some of us, as hard as we try, we still gonna be put in it. But there are other things that we can do that we're not necessarily doing. Like, people always say this, and it's so true: control what you can control, and what you can't control, you got to leave to the Most High. But Control what you can control. And for a lot of us brothers, we not controlling what we can control. And I'm saying we. I'm looking at it from both ends. I'm not totally innocent of this. Like I said a couple of times already, I suffer from some of the same childish shit. But I mean, 2017, that's got to go. It has to go. We have to become men. We have to accept a certain type of seriousness that I don't think that black men always accept. I think we play a lot. There's a lot of playing. There's a lot of extra joking, and just it's a certain serious nature that's not on the black man like it should be. And I'm not talking about mean mugging. I think people always want to go from one extreme to the next. Okay, so if I say be serious, you think that means you got to be mean and you got to be an asshole. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just a certain seriousness about yourself, carrying yourself with a certain seriousness so you're respected. That's what I'm talking about. And I don't always get that aura from brothers. We always joking, a lot of cooning, just a lot of childish, immature behavior. You see brothers, when they get around women, they get to acting stupid. How they act in professional environments, just stupid or childish. And it's time for us to grow up. I wish I could go deeper into this, but I am driving, so I'm trying to concentrate and drive at the same time. But we have to become more serious. I'll give you one of my biggest problems is coming in extremely late. Okay. Well, I'm not by myself anymore. So I had to understand that I can't do that anymore. I can't sit there and still be selfish like that. There are people in my home that require me to be there for protection. There are people in my home that require me to be home just to know that I am safe and I'm alive, because they do care about me. And so we got to remember that. We have to remember that. Our use of money, and this is probably this is so many black men buying useless shit. That is something that I'm giving you two of mine. Buying useless shit. Okay, wasting money on eating out every day, wasting money on clothing that's too expensive that it makes no sense, and then it goes in the closet and it's probably worn maybe 3 or 4 times ever. Just dumb shit. And I just think we need to grow up. We gotta grow up, and I mean we gotta grow up today. This is not something we're gonna say, well, we're gonna work on this, because it's something that we can do right now. It's not something that we need to work on. We just need to think about the decisions that we make. Think about how we carry ourselves. Be conscious of how you carry yourself. Be conscious of what you're buying. Those type of things. And you know what? I'm gonna go deeper on this. This is part 1. I'm just touching the surface right now. I'm just talking shit right now. I'm just touching the surface. I'm gonna go deeper into this. Excuse my language. That's something I'm gonna be working on. At least, I mean, I do have control of that in certain environments, but I think right now, making these videos, that's one of my free moments. So I do cuss a lot. I'll try to stop. I will try to stop. I'll try to use better language, but this is me just talking junk, and so it's a free time. But I'm gonna go really deep on this one. I'm gonna give some steps, and I'm gonna give some things that black men need to stop doing and start doing. And and I'm including myself in on this. I've thought long and hard about this, and now it just turns into discipline. I need to discipline myself to do these things, because by the time 2018 comes, I want to be totally transformed into another, not another person, not the essence of who I am, but I definitely want a lot of things that are pointless and useless in my life to be purged out. So just touching on the surface of this, but I promise I'm going to go deeper. We got to grow up, brothers, and I'm not talking to the women, because I'm just not talking to the women. I think that they will grow up when we grow up. We are the leaders. So, I mean, as a man, you're gonna mature your wife. It never happens in reverse. I've never seen it. Now, I've had a experience where a woman made me want to change certain things, but the maturity of a woman has never, in my lifetime, I've ever seen made a man mature. But I have seen the other way around, because women they're gonna follow the lead. Okay, they're gonna follow the lead. So this is not dedicated to the sisters. It's dedicated to the brothers. 2017, we're gonna be fully grown, and we're gonna purge out a lot of this bullshit. For the rest of our lives, we're gonna purge this out. We're gonna start carrying ourselves in a certain way, and we're gonna live by a certain code. That's pretty much all I have for this one. This is part 1 of Second Childhood. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe, and most of all, don't forget to comment.